Hello friends, welcome back. Let's now look at a very popular formula in Excel, which is VLOOKUP. We'll go step by step and understand what is the use of VLOOKUP formula and how do we apply it, followed by an example. VLOOKUP is an Excel function to look up and retrieve data from a specific column in table. There are certain key facts about VLOOKUP. Number one fact is VLOOKUP retrieves data based on the column numbers, and VLOOKUP only looks right. We will look at both these facts as we progress in our video. Let's assume we have an employee information. And employee information has columns like ID, name, gender, email, and department. In this Excel file, we'll take an example to identify an email address against a column number ID with a value of 12352. What we would want to do is we want to fetch an email address for a corresponding employee ID. In order to do this, we have to apply a VLOOKUP formula. Once a VLOOKUP formula is applied on a specific cell, an email is searched from an Excel file and is available to us. Now let's explore how does VLOOKUP function looks like. VLOOKUP function in an Excel file has primarily four parameters. Number one parameter is lookup value. Lookup value is nothing but a value what you're trying to find out. In our case, VLOOKUP value is an employee ID 12352. The next parameter is an area or a range where we have to search the VLOOKUP value plus the result. It's very important that the first column of area or a range matches the VLOOKUP value. Next, we go to column number. The column number 4 is an email address. So we have to pick up an email address if lookup value is fine. We have to pick up an email address which is at column number 4 if lookup value is found in a given area, which means that either you are doing an exact match or you are doing an approximate match. This is how an Excel VLOOKUP formula has to be applied on a given cell. Now let's look at a working example. All right, guys, let's now see a working example of VLOOKUP. This is our data where we have ID, name, gender, email, and department. What we are going to do is we're going to look at a couple of examples. So first example is we'll look up an email address using an employee ID. So what we want to do is we want to find out the employee ID for this email address. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to embed a formula here. I'll go to more functions, lookup reference. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and look at a working example. This is the data which I have. And within this data, I am going to look up an email address using an employee ID. So first thing is I'm going to embed a VLOOKUP formula in this cell. So I'll select this cell and then I'll go to the formula, lookup and references. I will go click on lookup. So lookup value is ID, table array is a range from where my data will be picked up. This is my range. Column index is 4 because this is where I will pick up the data, and then this is this is an exact match. All right, and click OK. So this is an email address by looking up an ID. Now let's pick up another example. Suppose you want to pick up a department. What we will do is we'll go again for formula. We'll do a lookup. Lookup value will be this. Table range will be this, which is I. This time I have included I20, which is, and the column number is 5th. Lookup value is false. All right. So I have got a department as well. Now let's look up a department number using an email address. Now let's pick up an email address. Let's suppose this is an email address which we want. I'm going to copy this and paste the email address here. Now similarly, I will go to formulas. I'll go to Vlookup, and this is my Vlookup value. My table array will be email to department. Now notice this, that the first column is email address, and my range has table array has to start from there. The column number now becomes 2 because you have only two columns, H and I. Right? H is the column number 1 and I is column number 2. Now I'll say false and then the support. Right? So Rafi1 email address is from the support column. Now if you want to look up a name using an email address from the above table, it is not possible because name appears on the left of the lookup column. And you know that the lookup column or the lookup formula only looks on the right side. It do not have an ability to look on the left side, right? So that's not possible. That's what I mean, that lookup only looks right and not left. Thank you for watching my video. Hope you have learned VLOOKUP. We will see more details as we go. Thanks.